Have you ever looked at one of your houseplants and seen something just weird? I'm not talking about a simple yellow leaf, but something way more strange. A leaf that looks like it's literally turning into glass. So what on earth is going on? Let's get to the bottom of this bizarre glass leaf mystery. You've been so careful, right? You give it water, you found that perfect spot with just the right amount of sun, you feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to. And then you see this, a leaf just losing its color, becoming see-through. It's pretty confusing and, let's be honest, kind of alarming. It's such a specific feeling, isn't it? It's not just a dying leaf. It looks like a piece of your plant is just fading out of existence. But what if this isn't just a random thing? What if it's actually a message? Yeah, this isn't just damage, it's a message. In this explainer, we're going to decode exactly what your plant is desperately trying to tell you when it starts making these mysterious glass leaves. That's right. This is not some freak accident or a sign that you're just doomed to be bad with plants. It's a very, very specific signal about a problem that, once you understand it, you can totally fix. Your plant is talking to you, and we're about to learn its language. So to really understand this message, we've got to go microscopic. Let's zoom way, way in and see what's happening on a cellular level, because this is where the real story starts. Okay, so check this out. On the left, you've got a healthy plant cell. Think of it like a full water balloon. It's firm, it's packed with water and all that green chlorophyll that makes it look alive. But now, look over to the right. When a cell gets damaged, its whole structure just collapses. It gets all watery and loses its pigment, and that is exactly what you're seeing. A whole bunch of collapsed, empty cells that create that weird, transparent, glass-like look. So what causes this cellular breakdown? What's the culprit? Well, the investigation almost always points to one primary suspect. And ironically, it's usually an act of care that's gone a little bit wrong. And here is the absolute key. Overwatering isn't really about the amount of water you pour in at one time. It's all about frequency. It's about the soil never, ever getting a chance to dry out. This usually happens because of a pot with bad drainage or just sticking to a watering schedule that's way too rigid. You see, when soil is constantly soaked, there's no room for air. And plant roots need oxygen to live, just like we do. Without it, they literally start to suffocate. This is the first really bad step in the whole chain reaction. And that suffocation leads directly to this nasty business, root rot. The roots get all soft and mushy, and they just start to decay. They basically stop working. This is the crisis happening underground that you can't see, but your leaves, well, they're about to tell you all about it. And here is the ultimate paradox. Your plant is sitting in water, but it's actually dying of thirst and starvation. Those damaged roots are like a broken plumbing system. They just can't pump water or nutrients up to the leaves anymore. So the cells in the leaves get weak, they collapse, and they turn transparent. But, overwatering isn't always working alone. Sometimes it has accomplices, other things in the environment that can cause or just add to the same transparent effect. So think about where your plant actually lives. Is it near a cold, drafty window? Maybe it's right under an AC vent. These sudden temperature shocks can totally damage leaf cells. The same goes for intense, direct sunlight that can literally scorch the leaves. And hey, even something as simple as water droplets left sitting on the leaves for too long can cause a little patch of cells to break down. I love this comparison because it just makes so much sense. When we get a bruise, it's from some kind of physical damage. For a plant, that damage, whether it's from cold or heat or water, it doesn't turn black and blue. It just fades. It loses its structure, loses its color, and becomes see-through. Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem. Now it's time to switch hats from detective to doctor. Here is your super straightforward action plan to save your plant. This simple 3-step check is your key. First, use your finger. Stick it in the soil. Is it always damp? Does it maybe smell a little sour? That is a huge red flag for overwatering. Second, just look around. Check for those environmental stressors we just talked about. And finally, rethink your whole routine. Ditch the I water every Sunday schedule and start watering based on what the plant actually needs, which is when the top inch or two of soil feels dry. All right, now we have to be realistic here. A leaf that has gone completely transparent has permanent cell damage. It is not going to magically turn green again. And that is okay. The goal here isn't to save the one damaged leaf, it's to save the entire plant. So let's zoom out for the big picture. This whole experience can actually change the way you look at your plants. It's not about being a success or a failure. It's about communication.
This is the most important takeaway. That see-through leaf is not a sign that you failed. It is a signal. It's your plant waving a little flag, yelling, hey, something down here with my roots is not okay. And the good news is, now you know how to read that signal.
By listening to that signal and adjusting what you're doing, like letting the soil dry out or moving it to a better spot, you create the conditions for a comeback. You give your plant the chance to push out new, healthy, vibrant green leaves. It can, and it often will, bounce back even stronger. So the next time you look at your plants, don't just see them as decorations. See them as living things that are constantly talking. The real question is, are you listening? What is your plant trying to tell you today?